at Elrond, we've essentially built a team with which we can literally build rockets. And then with this team, we've been focusing on building a global, transparent, non-inflationary financial system, and then making sure that we give anyone, anywhere, easy access to it. This has been the goal of Elrond, and we've made huge progress. So I'm very happy to have a discussion about all of this progress today.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations to the launch of the mainnet. I know that is drawn some noise, which I think is what you've been anticipating. So why don't we start now? And the first couple of questions is really surrounding of what Elrond project is about. If we have to give a very simple definition to anyone who is new to crypto, how are you going to define the Elrond project? And why do you think is a revolution in the blockchain space?
Sure. The idea of Elrond is that I'll discuss in a minute why we've built some of the components we've built, but it all boils down to creating this complementary global economic system that is transparent, that is like I said, global, and then non-inflationary in nature. And then second, making sure that we give access to anyone, anywhere in the world to this new economic network. And the way we're doing this is by building two very, very important components that are complemented by a third one. So the first one is Elrond. With the Elrond Network, we've built perhaps the most advanced blockchain architecture in the space that can essentially accommodate any kind of transactions of value at the internet scale, which means that it's super fast and it's like a broadband for the blockchain space in terms of performance. And then the second component is this new, very, very simple application that we're trying to design for the end user to make everything we've built with the network available to end users all over the world in a super simple way. And by combining these two, we're basically putting on top the Elrond Gold token or currency, which is essentially the simplest and most powerful metaphor that we can come up with to make crypto very, very obvious and intuitive to everyone and anyone in the world. So this is what we're doing. We've been making a lot of progress on it, and I can dive into some of the details immediately.
Sure. I mean, since you touched on Elrond Gold, would you like to elaborate a little bit more of the design of this token in particular, and the rationale behind the swap? And I think to people, to users on crypto.com app in particular, who have been trading ERD since we have enabled features such as depositing, withdrawal, and even like earning interest up to 6%, there's a lot of activities on it. What does it mean to someone who has been actively trading ERD on crypto.com app, and what do they need to expect to happen during the swap, and what do they need to do?
Indeed, we've seen really great support from the crypto.com users and great excitement within our community when we enabled listing on crypto.com. So this has been a great collaboration. What I think is very important to understand is first that users don't have to do anything at this point, and that once the swap is done at the beginning of September, we'll find a solution to either have everything done in their crypto.com wallets so that they don't have to do anything, or if there is some change, we'll communicate it very clearly. But at this point, it's super important to note nothing needs to be done. In fact, if we go a bit deeper on the reasoning and why this change has been done, we've put a lot of thought in designing the Elrond economic model in the same way we've put thought in the underlying network and the Maiar application. And so we've tried to come up with first a very simple and powerful metaphor that anyone in the world could understand really fast. Whenever you try to explain Bitcoin or any other currency, you have this super large problem of complexity that you need to explain 10 minutes what it is, how it relates, how it compares to other things. And the whole point is to make things simple from the beginning with Elrond Gold in a way where we say, for instance, you had books and then you had ebooks, which are electronic books. You had mail and then you had email, electronic mail. You had gold and now you have e-gold. This all of an instance makes it clear what we're doing, what we're building, and it also conveys something super powerful to the user, namely that there's a large value here, that it's scarce, and that it is designed to become a very, very powerful store of value. So this is a bit of what we are doing. There are some clarifications on Twitter. There are some blog posts. I encourage everyone to go over them. And we also have some papers that will come out and some cool visuals to make things simple and allow the community to not only understand things very, very fast, but then share them. Because if they can understand and share them, at that point, we know the information flows a lot freely.
Well, thanks very much for the clarification on that.